ever get nervous when approaching or talking to strangers? Are you afraid of giving presentations in front of large groups or even approaching your boss about a subject that's important to you? Well, I used to be the same exact way. As a matter of fact, whenever I was young and single, I used to be deathly afraid of approaching strange women. But over the years, I've developed a confidence that is so strong that it allows me to do pretty much anything I choose without even really thinking about it. Hi, my name is Aponte. I'm a personal empowerment coach, veteran entrepreneur, published author, certified NLP practitioner, and master certified real leadership coach. And in this video, I'm going to take you through the 3 pillars of unshakable confidence, what they are, and how you can use them for yourself. Let's get started with pillar 1, experiential confidence. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, when I was a teenager, one thing that scared me the most was talking to and approaching women, especially strangers. Making the initial approach felt impossible, and it made me feel like I had completely lost strength in my feet. And when I would approach, well, I was so horrible at breaking the ice, I would look like a fool. So eventually, I would just avoid it altogether. It really kind of just simply made me shut down. Well, now, almost 3 decades later, I can't really wrap my head around what it was that I was so afraid of. And the truth is that you and I can overcome fear and easily do things that we once thought were impossible simply because we now have experience. I was able to push through those frightening moments in conversation, and now, if I choose, I can strike up a conversation with almost every person I come into contact with. Now I have the confidence to do pretty much anything I put my mind to. It's just like learning to drive on the highway for the first time. At first, it was scary, but with time, you adjust and your body learns that, well, it's not going to kill you. Well, this kind of confidence is what is referred to as experiential confidence. It's a type of confidence you experience in a specific surrounding. You've developed this type of confidence at some point in your life too, and all you need to have is being able to complete a particular task, so that way you have the experience. And each time you fail, if you fail, you'll build that confidence because you realize that, well, failing is not something that is permanent. One thing that you have to appreciate is all the things that did not work out in your life because they allowed you to learn. And it's through the past failures that we have confidence today. Therefore, if you want to build experiential confidence, the first thing that you need to ask yourself is, if by doing a certain task, will you be physically harmed? And if not, then there's really no reason not to do it. Because you know what? When you do something, when you're frightened, you grow your experiential confidence, and the next time you try, it'll be easier. All right, let's talk about pillar 2, emotional confidence. Well, this simply refers to the kind of confidence that you turn on. Well, let us consider another example of my life. I started working for an international company at the age of 23 as a territory sales rep for a very large dental supply company. One time, I had to do a presentation in another city to a president of a large practice conglomerate. Well, I first had to prepare myself mentally and then prepare my presentation. So I started brainstorming how I would walk into his office, present my case, and how I would handle his responses. What I did is I created a small decision tree with all the possible ifs, how, and why questions that he would ask and what my responses would be. And this was to help me stay on top of my game so that nothing could catch me off guard. In other words, I needed this to maintain my composure. What I was essentially doing was tapping into my emotional confidence by learning the tips and tricks of controlling my body language so that I did not send out the wrong message. And if you control your body language, then you'll be able to control your emotions. On the contrary, if you fail to control your body, then your emotions will be running all over the place. What I simply did was I rehearsed every statement I was going to say and how I would do it with a firm handshake, a confident smiling face, and my shoulders held high. What I realized then was when you resist the urge of crossing your arms and showing your anxiety, the conversation flows much more naturally and the other party just simply eases into the discussion. And you'll not have to fake, or you'll just be confident. Well, it's important to note that emotional confidence serves a great purpose, especially when you're caught in a situation that you already anticipate. For instance, if a presentation, a difficult conversation with your superiors or your parents, or a performance in front of others. The only problem in this case is that having emotional confidence is not automatic, and you have to tap into your inner self to turn it on. And then when somebody is already in your face or when you're blindsided, well, you might not have the time to tap into it and then turn it on. But then what do you do in such a difficult situation? Well, we will be delving deeper into this later on how you can stick up for yourself and various ways in which you can handle tough situations that come your way like a badass. Let's move on to Pillar 3, self-esteem. This is the deepest level of confidence and is the true definition of unshakable confidence. Now, one mistake that people make today is thinking that confidence is something to do with survival or something. And the truth is that there are so many people with big, huge, bulging muscles or decorated war veterans and even firefighters who do not have this type of self-confidence. They don't even have the confidence to initiate a conversation with, say, a stranger, but they have the confidence to go and fight for our country or enter a burning building. Well, you have to understand that confidence is something that in this time and age, well, it's broken by identity and not by broken bones. And we often think to ourselves, what if I went into that interview and they hate me? What if I gave the presentation and they ignored me? Or what would people think of me if I did this or that? Well, all of these questions boil down to your self-esteem. And having high self-esteem simply means that you have the ultimate level of confidence, because in such case, your identity is not broken, no matter what happens. Instead, your identity is self-generated. You're simply not basing anything that you do on what others would think of you. You have the power and the will to uphold your internal code, so to speak. And the first thing to winning high self-esteem, well, that's ensuring that your true identity is tied to your values and your standards. And it starts by you realizing and accepting that the only person that will break your identity is none other than you. So in other words, it doesn't matter who's watching you because you are safe everywhere you go. Well, this is how I define confidence. The point when you stop feeling like your identity is at stake, that's when you are confident. If you live up to your standards, well, there's no rejection, weirdness, or public humiliation that can harm who you are. But what are these standards? Well, some of these include you trying your best, or fully expressing yourself, or taking responsibility for your happiness, and always purposing to do what is right rather than taking the easy way out. See, the last thing you want to do is focus on how others look at you or what others think of you, because what others think does not matter. When you live like this, you will always be at the mercy of others' opinions. Let your purpose always be for you to try your best to do what is right at all times, no matter the circumstances. And the way that you will know what is right in a social situation is simply doing the things that scares you and giving it your best shot. That said, always ensure that you are focusing your attention on what is familiar. We all have heard familiarity breeds comfort, right? Therefore, ensure that you are exposing yourself to situations that offer you a sense of familiarity. If you're going to attend a meeting, scope through the agenda of the meeting in your head so that way you're familiar with it. If you're going to give a presentation, run through it in your head over and over again so that way you can almost memorize it. Additionally, it's critical that you take control of your own emotions. I like to think of this as getting more open or louder with myself. Take at least 3 minutes and speak loudly with a smile on your face and taking slow, deep breaths into your belly to effectively charge your energetic system and snap you out of that bad feeling of anxiety or that pattern. And if you make this your identity, you'll notice that no failure, rejection, or humiliation will shake your true identity, however profound it may be. Now, did you know that you can actually program your subconscious mind to be a more confident and successful person? This way you begin to act more confident and do successful things automatically? Well, it's true. We can actually rewrite our mental programming to become any type of person we choose. And what we have done over IsoSync Labs is we've produced a brainwave entrainment bundle to help you with success and your confidence in your ability to achieve your success. And you can learn more about that by visiting isosynclabs.com or just by clicking the link in my bio or in the description below. Well, be sure to follow me for more great content like this. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up or a heart. And also make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications because I share new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And all of it is designed to help you level up your life and your success. So go ahead, follow me on any social platform, and you can find me at the Matt Aponte. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.